You don't even understand. There's like 20 books in here.
So, Lethbridge is basically in a state of emergency because of a snowstorm. Everything is closed, including the university, which hasn't happened in years. So that means I get a reading day. And I just finished, oh, it has no cover on it, this guy. And it was a fun little book. And that means I get to read all day. So I'm hoping to read a lot of this.
You don't even understand. There's like 20 books in here.
Hello. So I finished my book last night, which means I did a poll to choose a new one. So this is the next book I'm reading. It's They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. And I've wanted to read it for a really long time. So I'm stoked. So I will keep you updated on that. I finished City of Bones last night. Well, not last night, this weekend, but I haven't got a chance to choose a new book until now. So this is coming to school with me today. And we're excited about that. I also suck at vlogging and haven't recorded anything in a very long time. So if this vlog is like 5 minutes long, that's why. But I've got to go to school in a few minutes, so I'm gonna get ready for that, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, the cat ran away. I got a box in the mail. You can't see, but it says Indigo. And it's books, and I think I know what's inside, so I'm going to try and open it for you guys. It is very taped. Look at it. I read City of Bones. I finished it on the weekend, and I found out that Indigo was having a sale, and I had 20 bonus points to use before a certain date because I spent $40 at Chapters, and this was on sale. So I decided that I wanted the whole box set with the nicer covers. I mean, the spines are nice, and that's all you'll see on my bookshelf, so that's all that matters.
Okay, it is the moment of truth. We are going to put our lobster salad made of mushrooms, y'all. What in the world? We're gonna play.
Update. I'm wearing a different outfit, but I got another package. My phone ran out of storage and my camera's in Calgary, so we're back. The longest paper snake ever. Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. Sadie by Courtney Summers. I have been wanting to read this since it came out, and I never felt like buying it until I got it for like $4. So yes, I'm happy to have that. And then you already saw this earlier, but this is another. I accidentally ordered this right before I ordered that, so now I have an extra. My phone keeps running out of storage, so I apologize if the angle keeps changing awkwardly. And the last book in here is Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. And I am so very excited to read this. I also didn't expect this to be a hardcover, so. As you can tell, it was a very good reading month. So these are all of the books I read, even though you only saw me reading like 2 of them. I figured I'd show you what I read this month because there's only a few clips, and in them I'm only reading 2 books, and one of them I didn't actually finish. So I figured I should show you the ones that I did read this month. And I'm also looking at it from my bullet journal because I have no memory. The first book I read this month was Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is the book I believe I opened the vlog with. So this is what I read. Actually, I opened the vlog with this book that I forgot I read, and I read it on the 31st of September, so I didn't count it in this month's TBR, but this is a little book that I started at the beginning of the vlog, so I figure I'll talk about it. It's basically the Little Book of Sloth Philosophy, so it's basically just kind of a self-help book. My friend bought it for me because my favorite animal is sloths, so I read that, and that was really good. Okay, then I read Looking for Alaska by John Green, and I love this book. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. And basically, this is a story about a boy that goes off to boarding school, and he ends up making new friendships and stuff because that's kind of the goal of him moving. I don't want to say much more about that because it's kind of then spoiling the book, but yes, I read that guy and I gave it 4 stars. The next book I read was actually an audiobook version of this, but I reread The Prisoner of Azkaban. I've been going through, since school started, I've been going through the Harry Potter series again, because who would I be if I don't reread Harry Potter every year? So that's what we're doing. So I read the entirety of this in audiobook form, but this is the copy I have on me right now. It's my special edition Hufflepuff version. So that's fun. 2 books I don't have physical copies of because I read them as a web series. So I read Heartstopper Volume 1 and Heartstopper Volume 2 by Alice Osman. I don't have copies of those books, but figured I'd add those for that month. And those are a book about a same-sex couple and kind of their adventures they go on and their hardships. I think I gave them both 4 stars, I believe. So yeah. Next book I read this month is the 3rd Percy Jackson book, and I'm actually not finished this. This is a book that I just kind of have in my backpack at all times in case I need something for reading. I read the first 2 earlier this year and I loved them, and I'm just kind of getting through the series slowly, but that's not really on the top of my priorities for reading right now because there were other things that I wanted to read more, so this kind of just comes with me, so we'll get to finish it at some point. Okay, the next book I read this month, which I don't know if there's a single vlog clip of me reading this, which is funny because I'm in love with it. This is the old cover. I have the new cover on my shelf. I got the box set. So this is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and it is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series, and my notebook's in the way. I have wanted to read this for so long, but it always was something that intimidated me because I didn't understand the order of the books and I didn't know what they're about, and I don't read a lot of fantasy, so it was something kind of new, different for me to read. But I finally got to them, and I read this entire book in 4 days. And with my school schedule, you'll probably understand that's kind of crazy considering I don't usually read all that much. This month has been a crazy month for reading, and I've been able to finish a lot of books, so that's exciting. But yes, I read this guy. It's the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. I'm sure the majority of the people watching this have already read this because everyone has read this. But another thing that I found kind of fun that I counted in my bullet journal for reading this year is, or for this month, sorry, is my tarot guide, because I just got the prettiest set of tarot cards, and I've never used tarot cards before, so I read pretty much the entirety of this, and I've been learning how to do tarot, so that's really fun, and I love that. Getting to one of the books you actually saw me read in the vlog is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Unfortunately, I read one chapter of this, and I decided that at the mental place that I was at, I'm not ready to read this yet. I would love to read this in the future when I'm in a better mental state, but we've read a chapter of it. I just couldn't get to it. I love Adam Silvera's writing style, and I'm still really excited, so I'm gonna get to this guy. But this is a story about two people that are basically given a notification that they're going to die at the beginning of the day, and they basically get to live out their last day to the best of their ability. I don't really know all that much about the book. Like I said, I've only read one chapter, but I love his writing style, so I want to get to this. I just haven't gotten there yet. I didn't tell you my rating for City of Bones. I rated City of Bones 5 stars. I loved it so much, and I'm starting the next one right now, so that's fun. So the next book I read this month is Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. This book is very conflicting for me. I did not like the beginning of it. I guess I should probably explain what this book is about. So basically, this book is about a boy who has schizophrenia, and it's kind of the process of him figuring out he has schizophrenia and the process of everything that kind of goes along with it. And it's written kind of like half and half. So half of it is him in this world on a sailboat. I guess it's bigger than a sailboat, but like basically it's showing his like inner dialogue through this like dystopian kind of world where he's sailing. And then the other half of the book is kind of his real life and like what he's going through and all of the obstacles and stuff he faces. So I loved that part of it. I love the mental health. I'm a psych major, so I love everything to do with mental health. However, I did not really like the parts where he was on the ship. Until like later in the book, I found it hard for me to kind of relate to them, and I found myself being very confused at times. So, but I loved it otherwise. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars, but it's more, because on Goodreads you can't give half. So it's more a 3.5 for me. I loved what he tried to do with the book, and it is very important in this day and age for this kind of book to exist. I just didn't like half of it, so I didn't see me being able to justify giving it an amazing score for me only liking half of it. That is officially all of the books I read this month. I will try and be better at showing you all of the books I read next month if I do another vlog. So let me know if you like those, and otherwise that is the end of the vlog. Thanks for watching.